in my domain. Got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane. It's over before you know it. While you shaking, we're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty. Now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over for the soldiers. Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine. We live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here as we get set for race number 5 of Season 4 of the NCRA Pizza Hut X Series. Getting ready to go racing here for 33 laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the Renai Tankless Water Heaters 250. This is going to be a very exciting race, and this is a very important racetrack in the fact that of the 3 previous winners we have had here at this event, 2 of these race winners are former Pizza Hut X Series champions. If you go back to Season 2, the winner of this race was the eventual champion Elijah Gilbert, and you go back last season to the winner of this race, it was the eventual champion of that year, the defending champion of this series, Jordan Anderson. This track also has only one driver here today that's trying to double down in wins at this racetrack, winning the very first Atlanta race back in Season 1, J Qualls, in the 27th. So we'll be keeping an eye on him during the course of today's event. As starting on the pole position is going to be the number 92 of Joshua Hyatt. And if there's ever a driver that really could use a good run after having a pretty dismal start to the season, it would be rookie Joshua Hyatt. Of course, moving up from the Taxslayer Truck Series last season now to the William Brock Motorsports entry, he comes into this race 35th in the point standings. He does have a top 5 this season, but regardless of that top 5, mired down in the cellar of the points. Alongside of him, another driver that's also down in the cellar of the point standings, 38th in the standings.
Start your engines.
And that is A Eisestein in the 3. We've gotten the command to fire the engines. It's time to have them roll off, and it's time to give you your top 10 of the point standings, presented by Golden Corral. D Shears is still the points leader by 16 points over Quentin Moore. Nathan Hudson is 3rd in points with Angel Navarro in 4th. Cody Llamas is in 5th. 6th place is Steve Morgan. Our Daytona winner, Yin Canario, is 7th. Joshua Osborne is 8th. 9th. G Sydnor, and completing your top 10 in the standings is Kyle Langeland. Our 2 drivers that went to victory lane in our dual races last week at Bristol, Justin Tucker is currently in 21st in points, and Charles Jackson is 24th in the standings. So their win obviously helped them get a 1 in the win column, but they still have a long ways to go to fight their way up towards the top of the point standings. Ready to go racing here. We saw 3 wide, maybe 9-10 rows deep in our Taxslayer Truck Series race. We only saw 1 caution that was near the closing stages. What kind of a race are we going to see here for the Pizza Hut Series drivers in Atlanta? Only time will tell, and we are about to find out. Green flags in the air. We're underway at Atlanta. Let's roll. Early advantage to Joshua Hyatt, but A Eisestein tucked right in there in 2nd. Now going to go for that top position with Alex Gray in the 0 right behind her. And Gray now may have thoughts for the top spot. Chelsea Bowles right behind him. You know, I was looking at the bottom of the point standings. Chelsea Bowles last season was second in the overall points to the eventual champion Jordan Anderson. Comes into this race, 4 races in, 36th in points. And just think of some of these other names that are down at the bottom of the standings. Christian Merrick Jr., who won last year's season finale. Chris Dollerton, a former Pizza X Series winner. James Qualls, a 4-time Pizza X Series winner. They're all down at the bottom of the point standings coming into this race. Eli Bright is down there. Phil Parker, Cole Deaver, J Jefferson. These are a lot of drivers that we've talked about, and many of them have gone to victory lane in past Pizza X Series seasons. They're just not having a good start to the year. As Scott Roush takes the lead, but here comes Phil Parker to the bottom of the track. And that Pilot Flying J Chevy Camaro, trying to become the second Michael Norman Motorsports driver to go to victory lane here this season. Now Jessica Miles going to get caught in the middle. Here comes Cole Deaver up the inside line in the 15. Oh, big wreck in the back! One car went up and into the catch fence. It was one of 2 drivers. It was either Eli Bright or Yin Canario, and I see Eli Bright up here near the front, so I believe it was our Daytona winner in the 6. It was a red race car. Cautions out. Dollerton wins the drag race back to pit road between himself, Cole Deaver, and William Brock. Oh, settle, guys, settle it out. Don't wreck here under caution. Looks like they're good, but oh my gosh, someone's smoking up ahead. That was a violent hit for somebody. Nathan Hudson, our Las Vegas race winner, was involved. The driver that came into this race in the top 10 in points in 3rd. There's Yin Canario. I believe he's the car I saw go flying. That's another driver that came in top 10 points in 7th. And Kyle Langeland, 10th in the standings, is also sitting on the pit lane. Trying to see if anybody here at the back got involved. Ashlyn Boyd appeared to be okay. We've got some drivers hitting pit road. Let's see if any of them are damaged. Cody Lamas, Mason Woods, Scott Roush, Angel Navarro, Quentin Moore on pit road, Mark Davidson, along with Christian Merrick Jr., but I don't think any of them got damaged. I think this is a regularly scheduled stop for them. So if we got away with only 3 cars involved with as violent a hit as I saw taken there in live action, that is an absolute miracle, especially here at a track like Atlanta. Chris Dollerton leads the way, though. Let's take a look at a replay of what brought out our first caution of the day. Yeah, this is what happened. We know they can hold 3 wide, but they cannot hold 4 wide. And you see, I don't really think you can put any blame on Ashlyn Boyd. Ashlyn Boyd saw the opening, went for it, but before Ashlyn even gets to the left rear quarter panel of Ryan George, George is kind of crowding Langland up the track, and into they go into Hudson and Yin Canario. And it was actually Hudson who went up and into the catch fence. That car, I think, for a brief moment was outside the racetrack. Look how high that 11 car is in the air. Does it come back down? Oh, it does come back down, but good Lord. I've run several races here in Atlanta, and to my knowledge, I do not remember ever seeing a car go that high and for that long up into the catch fence. I believe the 11 was above the catch fence there. Let's get another angle. Okay, let's watch this again. From this angle, it's a lot easier to see the top of the catch fence, and we'll see if indeed he does go above it. There's the contact. George and Langland just not giving each other room. And look at Hudson. Okay, right here. Right there. Yes, right there. He is above the catch fence. Oh my goodness. He's almost up as high as the top of that Bojangles sign. That could be, maybe, to this point, the scariest wreck we have had to date in any series that I have run. That was absolutely insane. Oh my goodness. The words are failing me if you can't tell. 3 drivers involved in this came into this race top 10 in the point standings. And it looks like Atlanta is definitely going to be a points shake-up race if this continues to be the trend here today. We've gotten the signal 1 lap to green will go back racing on lap 9 of 33. Chris Dollerton, the race leader, will give you the top 10 in a minute. Drivers out of the race after that. Only 3 drivers, Yen Canario, K Langeland, and Nathan Hudson. So Ryan George in the 4 car, able to continue. We'll have to see if he's up to speed or not. As it'll be Dollerton with the lead, William Brock second, Joshua Osborne lines up in third with Jessica Miles in fourth, and completing your top 5 is Eli Wright. Dougie Shears, the points leader, is 6th, Phil Parker 7th, 8th is Justin Tucker, 9th place will be Seth Cole with Chelsea Bowles completing the top 10. Got 3 Michael Norman Motorsports cars up here at the front of the field, restarting 1st, 6th, and 7th. Green flag back in the air here at Atlanta. Single file restart. Let's see how anxious these drivers will be to get back to 3-wide racing. Some movement towards the tail end of the top 10. Dougie Shears, Seth Cole, Justin Tucker, Chelsea Bowles all battling back there. Now battle up front. That's Joshua Osborne to the inside for second place off of William Brock. Jessica Miles right there as well, and she's going to try and take the runner-up spot. Dollerton bobbing and weaving, trying to block the inside line, the outside line through the D-shaped front straightaway. Dollerton, I believe his last win came back, I want to say season 2, it might have been season 1. It was season 1. And if I recall correctly, I'll have to confirm this, but I believe it was at Bermuda. Actually, it was a 2-time winner back in season 1. Don't recall what his last win was then. I think his first career win in the Pizza Hut X Series was at Bermuda Triangle Super Speedway. Don't recall off the top of my head where his second win was. That's one thing I gotta do. I'm able to go and I'm able to check on the official website who won where, but for the Pizza Hut X Series Season 1, I haven't put the stats in. Got the point stands up, but I don't have the list of who won at what racetrack. So that is something I'm going to have to probably do in the near future, so that way I'll be able to reference it when I'm doing these Pizza Hut X Series races. Side by side between some teammates right now. Phil Parker to the inside, Dollerton up top side. Inside line obviously is going to prevail. Phil Parker will go to the top spot, and here comes Ben Braley to the inside. Ben Braley, a lot of people may not recognize the name, but he was a former Snickers Cup Series driver back in the day, driving at the time the number 11 Toyota. And if I remember correctly, it was back during the time when the Snickers Cup Series had 3 divisions too. So that was a long time ago. Aubrey Eisestein right there. Like I said, a lot of the Michael Norman Motorsports cars up here. You got the 3, the 5, the 1, and the 7 all up inside of the top 10. Aubrey now going to go to the inside for the top position off of Ben Braley. One thing I am noticing here today as opposed to yesterday's Truck Series race, it's a lot harder to pass for the race lead. We saw maybe, I don't know, 30, 35 lead changes in the first 10 laps of our Truck Series race here yesterday. But here today, I mean, you can see right here, the inside line is getting a slight advantage, but that outside line's able to kind of hang even, just the least little bit. Aubrey Eisestein's not been able to make the completion of the pass on Ben Braley, and they've been side by side for the last 2.5 or so laps. James Shelley now up here in the mix for the race lead, and that's 71. And I believe they are catching a slower race car. I'm going to throw out a wager. That's the 4 of Brian George. No, it's the 15 of Cole Deaver. George is off the pace, but Cole Deaver is also off the pace, it seems. In the 15 car, he may be down a cylinder or something. Not certain what is up with him, as Shelley will take the lead. Ooh! Watch it! Oh, nice save. Little contact there between Jessica Miles and Joshua Hyatt. They hang on to it. Oh, Jessica Miles on the left rear quarter panel of the 32 and gets off of him in time. That was a close call as well. Should have had 2 wrecks right there, and they did a heck of a job of making sure we didn't have that yellow flag. And they are reeling in that 15 of Cole Deaver. He's going to be a bit of a moving chicane for these drivers, dependent on where they catch him in, what section of the racetrack. William Brock to the inside line. William Brock's been in this series ever since Season 1. He is still looking for his first career Pizza Hut Series victory. Could today be the day as they are stacked up 3 wide now behind the slower machine of Cole Deaver, and now the question is, who's Deaver going to hold up? Holding up that outside line consisting of Aubrey Edelstein, James Shelley, Charles Jackson, last week's winner, or one of last week's winners from Bristol. As now Phil Parker to the lead, but here come a couple of teammates from Flying Aces Racing. G Sydnor, the 24, J Jefferson in the 05. Remember these two rides battling it out at Talladega last season with Benny Watson and J Jefferson. Now it's Sydnor and Jefferson. But that battle now has a new player, Seth Cole, and he's going to move to second place very easily. A Baranauskas going to try and take third place, and here comes Angel Navarro in the 97 as well. All this currently going on behind Phil Parker in the 5, who's been able to be out front for a couple of laps here. Now remember back, that only caution we had, there were some drivers that came to pit road. That kind of indicates that maybe, just maybe, these drivers here cannot make it the entire 33-lap distance on fuel. So are these race leaders going to have to hit pit road before the checkered flag waves if this thing goes green to the end? Does that play into the laps of those drivers that we saw come to pit road under yellow? Seth Cole all over the back bumper of Phil Parker. Michael Norman Motorsports and Backmarker Motorsports, both with victories this season. Shears the victory for M&M at Rio. Charles Jackson the winner for Backmarker Motorsports last week at Bristol. Under Baranauskas right there in third. Jessica Miles battled for fourth with Angel Navarro. And you got Ben Braley in the mix there as well. They're all trying to catch up to the top trio. Justin Tucker the 19, side by side with Flickinger. That right now is a battle for the 7th position. Chelsea Bowles right in the mix of that, along with Steve Morgan, Jordan Lopez, Quentin Moore, and our pole sitter, Joshua Hyatt. We had a lead change. Maybe Seth Cole got to the inside of Phil Parker, but he hasn't been able to complete the pass just yet. He leads that lap. And they're now starting to catch Ryan George in the Ford car, who was involved in our only caution up to this point. Seth Cole with the race lead. Second place now under contest between Baranauskas and Phil Parker. Right now it's Ford, Chevy, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, the top 5. I'm sorry, make that Chevy, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Chevy. Seth Cole gets to the inside of Ryan George, completes the pass. George going to hold up that battle for second, though. Ben Braley and now Andrew Baranauskas, they split him, and now will continue to battle for that position. Looks like Braley might take the spot, and indeed he will off turn 4. Phil Parker slipped back to 4th, and now Jessica Miles has moved up to 5th place. All this right now going on behind the Pirates of the Caribbean. M&M's Chevrolet of Seth Cole trying to make it back-to-back races, where a Backmarker Motorsports car goes to victory lane. And Braley right there, though, trying to reel him in. Battle for third is on. Phil Parker got probably one of the strongest cars in the field today. Trying to get that podium position away from Andre Baranauskas. Looks like he might clear going into 1. Now sets his sights on second place. Tell you who's having a heck of a run as well, and that is Quentin Moore. He has now fought his way into the top 10. He's trying to get around the 92 of Joshua Hyatt. That, I believe, is for the 10th position. That's second in the points coming into this race, Quentin Moore. What a start to the year he has been on in that 89. Ran last season in the Hershey's Cup Series, now stepped back down to the Pizza Hut Series where he started his career. And boy, he is having a really good start to the season. We might be looking at the new points leader heading into next week's race, or I should say in 2 weeks, at Texas. 5 laps to go. It's Cole, Braley, Parker, all separated by less than 0.2 of a second Here's Braley with a look to the bottom. Parker's going to look even lower. And then they all snake their way back to single file down the back straightaway. It's like a good battle heating up for the 6th position. Justin Tucker, the rookie, has it. Jordan Lopes, the veteran, wants it. And we're starting to see, as these tires have kind of gone away, drivers lacking grip and having a little bit more difficulty getting runs off the corner to battle for position. But Phil Parker was able to get to the inside of Ben Braley off of 4, going for the 2nd spot. Jessica Miles trying to do the same to the inside of A Baranauskas for the 4th spot. And the battle on for 6th. Jordan Lopes now side by side with Justin Tucker. Braley hangs on to 2nd. Braley going for the lead. Can Ben Braley get by Seth Cole? Ooh, right there, looked like the O2 checked up a little. Might have gotten a little loose. I think that the rear end stepped out on the K-Love Ford Mustang, and as a result, Seth Cole was able to swing around on the outside and keep the top position for the moment. Another slow car up ahead for the leaders to deal with as Ashlyn Boyd has hit pit road in the 20. That's going to be the 15 of Cole Deaver again. And here come drivers to pit road. A lot of drivers just hit pit road. A lot of race leaders, a lot of drivers through the field, which makes me wonder, are these leaders up here going to be able to make it on fuel? Do any of these race leaders dive for pit lane here with the white flag about to be displayed? Look out, Cole Deaver in the way. Seth Cole going to go to the high side. Almost gets taken out by Deaver, but gets around and white flag is in the air. And Deaver's held up everyone from 2nd on back. That may have just given the win to Seth Cole. Jessica Miles moving up to a battle for 2nd now with Ben Braley, but it's almost about 5 car lengths behind the 66. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Is Seth Cole coming to pit road, or is he going to try and make it? He's going to make it. Seth Cole is going to win the Renai 250 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. First career Pizza Hut X Series win, and of the 3 series, it's his first career win in all 3. Ben Braley was able to hang on for 2nd, but yet another race this weekend where it came down to fuel strategy in the closing stages of this race. And Backmarker Motorsports has now gone back-to-back. Charles Jackson won the 2nd heat race at Bristol last week. Seth Cole follows it up this week with the win at Atlanta. Standings should be official. Seth Cole came into this race in the 40th position in points, so we'll have to see where that win's going to have him heading into Texas in 2 weeks. Ben Braley going to end up in 2nd place. Jessica Miles was able to maneuver around Cole Deaver a little bit better than others, so she was able to get up to the podium finish in 3rd. Phil Parker finished the day out in 4th with Jordan Lopes in 5th. 6th place was Justin Tucker. 7th, Chelsea Bowles. A Baranauskas, I believe, was the one that got the short end of the stick, getting held up behind Cole Deaver, and that dropped her to finish 8th. Quentin Moore will finish in 9th, and completing the top 10 will be Joshua Hyatt. Now, Quentin Moore came into this race 16 points behind Dougie Shears, but you'll notice that Dougie Shears is nowhere to be seen in the top 28. So I believe Quentin Moore could very well be the new points leader heading into Texas in a couple of weeks. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, and I think it's pretty easy to tell the drivers that couldn't make it on fuel where they finished. Aubrey Eselstein finished out of the race in 30th. Not sure what that was about, but Zach Flickinger, William Brock, Dougie Shears, Matt McIntyre, Carson Gum, Diego Yepez, Ashlyn Boyd all couldn't make it on fuel and had to hit pit road in the closing stages of this race. And then 3 drivers finished out of the race due to the only wreck that we had today. Yin Canario, Kyle Langeland, Nathan Hudson all came into this race in the top 10 in points. Hudson was 3rd, Canario was 7th, and Langeland was 10th. So certainly going to be a points shakeup in the top 10 in the standings heading into the Texas Motor Speedway race. But that's going to do it here today from Atlanta. If you enjoyed today's race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become a part of the crew today. We have shown you your full fishing results. These are your rookie points and your overall points today. We cap off this weekend with the Hershey's Cup Series race from Atlanta. Next week, it's Hershey's Cup Series only at the road course of Infineon, and then all 3 series come back the following week at Texas Motor Speedway. Till then, though, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.